Hello, 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 everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. This is G Mone'a for those of you all that don't know me. Yes, uh, yes, we got through another week. Thank God we did get through another week. I wanted to actually have Prophetess Corolla Rice on with us, but we were having some uh, technical difficulties on her end. So we're going to bring her back hopefully next week so that she can talk with you and share with you some things that God has been doing in her life and also share some powerful testimonies. So how you guys doing out there? Yeah, I'm solo today. I am solo today. But I just wanted to drop in to share with you um, some things uh, that or some powerful information that I took down um, because right now, as I stated before, we're in a season. We're already in the middle of March. Time is just flying by. It's like one moment it was Christmas time. Now we're in the middle of March. I'm here in Atlanta, pollen season. I can't stand the pollen. Uh, but yeah, time is just flying by. And I just wanted to talk with you to find out how you guys are doing and to share with you for a few minutes what God and has been speaking to me about. Um, so right now, we were talking about in the last show, we were talking about sowing versus taking. Sowing versus taking. Giving are you giving more than you taking, or is it the other way around? And I want us to be honest with ourselves, and I can only speak for me, but I want you to reflect and to to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you sowing? Are you giving more than you are taking? Or are you taking more than you are giving? Right now, since COVID, you know, there are a lot of people out here that have lost so much. One moment they were living comfortably, you know, had gainfully employed, you know, um, had a roof over their head, food on the table, and lo and behold, we have had something that you can't see, feel, or touch that just like forced us to have to confine ourselves within the four walls of our homes, of our dwellings. And in the midst of that, a lot of people lost a lot. A lot of people lost a lot. And I went through a spiritual sabbatical. I had a moment back in 2021, at the end of 2021, around December of 2021, where I just couldn't sleep because I felt convicted, knowing that I have a roof over my head, I have food on my table, I'm gainfully employed, but there are people around me that have lost so much. So I felt conflicted, convicted. I felt like, you know what? How dare I lay my head down knowing that I'm not doing enough. I'm just not doing enough. So, the Holy Spirit, spoke to me. I talked to my father and I asked my father, can you help me? I want to be able to, I know that my purpose is bigger than what I see on the surface. I know that my purpose is bigger. And I asked God to show me what my real purpose was. And so I started writing my book at the top of December 2021. And the Holy Spirit, he said, you know what? Listen, you're not only going to write, we're going to give you the spiritual means and direction to not only write your book, but you're going to have your own podcast show. And it's going to happen so fast. Everybody's going to know that your Heavenly Father did it. And all I had to do was be obedient. That's all I had to do was be obedient. And so it was a scary moment for me because my mother, she is my mother, she people that know my mother, published her book back in 2010. And, I she published her book, My Running Soul, He's Always There. And let me tell you something, guys. I look at my mother as not only my matriarch, but she is, she is one of the sole reasons why I started writing my masterpiece. Say it, sow it, grow it, sustain it. And so, I started writing my book. Took only 32 days for me to write my book. 32 days for me to write my book. And my podcast show had aired back February 19th of 2022. I started everything the top of December with the assistance of my nephew, Christopher Adam X. And so it was a wonderful project that we worked alongside each other. He lives in Texas. I'm here in Atlanta. And I'm sharing with him my vision of what and it was like I was just a robot. I was like, I didn't know where to go, which way to turn. And the Holy Spirit he just poured into me everything that I needed to write this book. And he gave me the vision to bring the podcast show to life. And so I'm grateful for that. And so it wasn't just the fact of me just writing a book because my mother's an author. She's my inspiration. But it's the fact that I want to be able to sow. I want to be a vehicle. I want to be a messenger. I want to be that person that is able to help as many people as I can find their purpose. People that have lost jobs, people that don't know, they want to start their own small business. They don't even know which route to take and how to start, how to begin. I want it to be a resource driven. I want it to be that library that, that have all of this information that I could share and I could help them bring their dream to life. And so, fast forward to now, I'm still at a place where, I'm like, you know what? I want to do more. So it's like God gave me some porterhouse steak and mashed potatoes and fresh asparagus, and which is a hefty plate, but I wanted more. I wanted more, meaning I wanted to do more. I want to do more. And so, I've been listening to a lot of sermons, and I listen to a lot of, speakers during the day. And I wrote down some information that I wanted to share with you. A lot of us are low on vitamin D. So we know vitamin D is essential for us to help us, vitamin D. But if you go a step further, vitamin D, a lot of us are low on vitamin D. A lot of us are low on God radiation. God radiation. We need God's radiation to flow through us from the top of our head to the soles of our feet. We need God radiation. We are true leaders. We are true leaders. Each and every one of us has some form of leadership in us. The thing I want us to understand is, and I ask you, have you tapped into your leadership? What makes you a great leader? Have you tapped into it? Because I spoke about in the previous show, I spoke about leaving a legacy behind. Leaving a legacy. I'm not talking about your wealth and riches on earth that you pass off to those that you want to leave it to. I'm talking about, you know, are you leaving something so powerful, impactful behind for the next lineage, and so on and so on and so on, to take what you shared? They can take it and share it with their lineage. So we have to start exercising our God-given talents. A lot of us have God-given talents. We need to exercise that. We have to exercise our God-given talents, because if we don't, we're just going to remain at ground zero. And I'm one to say I'm uncomfortable. I can't stand being in one place for a period of time. I just can't. I'm just that uncomfortable. So my question to you is, are you exercising? Have you tapped into your God-given talents? Because what I do know to be fact, that your God-given talents, once you tap into it and you know what your purpose is, that's going to catapult you to the next level in leadership. It's going to catapult you into the next level of leadership. And that's what we want to do. I want to challenge you to do something that makes you uncomfortable. Yes, I want to challenge you to do something that makes you uncomfortable. There are things that you may see people on TV. You may have a powerful speaker or a mentor that you follow, whether it be on social media, on television, or at church services. But I want you to, I want to challenge you to do something that makes you uncomfortable, something that you have never done before, something that you're going to have to hone in, remove the distractions, remove the distractions, have that moment of meditation so that you have direction on what it is that may make you feel uncomfortable. And it's okay. Trust me, as I stated, back at the top of December of 2021, I have never written a book before. I knew I had it in me, being a writer, but I have never published a book. So, I had a little form of fear, you know, that crept in. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. False evidence appearing real. I had that invoked in me. And if I had allowed the distractions to override what the Holy Spirit was showing me and directing me, I would have never written my book. I would not have a podcast show. This podcast show is not for me. This podcast show is a platform for people globally to come on and to share, whether it be giving a testimony, or you've tapped into your purpose. You just don't know how to begin, how to start your small business, or you may have a small business. You may be into building credit, and you're the guru behind building credit. Whatever the case may be, this is the platform to do it. This is what God has given me to share. And so that's what I'm doing. So we have to break down the cultural barriers, break them down. Challenge yourself to do something that makes you uncomfortable. And we have to break down those cultural barriers, things that we have been that we just like just stuck in. You know, we don't want to be stuck, because I'm telling you, as each day, week, month, year goes by, we're going to be faced with bigger and bigger and bigger challenges. It is what it is. And it's very important for us to lock in and to work alongside each other so that we can help each other get to the next level. It's a beautiful thing when you know that you are a legacy builder. You are a legacy builder. You have a lot of information. You have so many different gifts, and you share the gifts and you share the information, and you are a conduit of kindness. You are an action impactful individual, leaving a legacy behind. We do not want to leave this earth and we have not left a legacy behind. Remember, I stated, it's not all about the riches, what's left in your bank account and your 401k and your stock portfolio. No, it's not about that. You want to be you want to go beyond that. You got to go beyond that. So it's all about, it starts with renewing our minds. We have to renew our minds so that when we can be able to tap in and understand. We have a clear picture as to what it is we want to do. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you. It is a beautiful thing. Being a published author, yeah, that's an accomplishment, but it just doesn't stop there. You know, having a podcast show, it comes with some challenges, but it's just all worth it. It's worth it. You know, having people, I want to be able to have people on the panel and on the show that has a vision and is willing to share the vision. Don't go through the course of each and every day, and don't just go on somebody's social media page to see what they up to. No, you want to find out what it is that you're great at. You want to find out what it is that you're great at. Tap into that purpose. Tap into it. One of the quotes from Alex Haley: when an older person dies, a library burns down. Now, how many of you all know what that means? Comment. Send me a comment. Comment. When an older person dies, a library burns down. Well, let me go a step further. When a wise person dies, wise beyond their years, I'm talking about wise, a library burns down. I want you to comment, and you just give me your what you take. I want you to just, what do you think that quote means? When a wise person, I like wise. I want to use wise because when you exercise wisdom, powerful wisdom, that's a beautiful thing. Wisdom with purpose. When a wise person with purpose that has exercised their God-given purpose dies, transitions, a library burns down. For every wise person that has exercised their God-given purpose, a library burns down. I need for you guys to comment what you think that means. I do know this. When a wise person that has exercised their God-given purpose, when they transition, a library burns down, all of the information, everything, I'm talking about, they have a huge following. It burns down, but let me go a step further. When they transition and they have impacted so many people, because what I took from this quote, there are so many people out here, purpose-driven, wise individuals out here that sow seed daily, sharing powerful information, giving you the roadmap to success. You can lead a horse to walk to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So the information, whoever your mentor is, whether it be Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Bishop T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, I can go on, Joyce Meyer, my pastors Joel and Patricia Gregory, they're one of my powerful mentors. And they share powerful information every week, twice a week, on Wednesday night, Sunday. I'm talking about powerful. I'm talking about stuff that I write down. I write stuff down, and I write it down and I share it. So this quote, when a wise person that has exercised their God-given purpose, when they transition, a library burns down. So if you don't take the information that is being shared to you, and you don't take it and share it with someone else, then that means it done burned up and smoke. And that's something we just do not want. We have children. I have children. And one thing I know to be facts is they've already started building a legacy. They already have tapped into their God-given purpose. That takes prayer. Takes prayer. Praying over our children and our children's children, so that and asking God to plant into them and to position them and to give them a vision of what their purpose looks like. And so my children, I thank God for that. I thank God for that they understand. So you look your children, those people that depend on you. How many of you are, every last one of you all that's watching this show, you have more people that you could ever realize. You have more people that's depending on you. And you have people that are watching you. Yes, they're watching you, even when you don't think they're watching you. You have people that are following you. So what are you portraying? What are you putting out there on social media? What are you doing daily? Are you giving, or are you sharing information that's going to resuscitate them? Resuscitate. A lot of people are on life support. They need to be resuscitated. So are you sharing information that has been shared with you? Are you sharing it? That's you have to share it. Don't harbor the information. Take that information and sow it. Do you not realize that when you do that, you're sharing information that you're passing on a legacy. You're passing on a legacy, and it goes on and on and on, all the way down your lineage. The person who you shared it with, or the people who you shared it with, they need to pass it on to their lineage, and it needs to be a chain reaction. That's what we want. That's what we want. Commitment. How committed are you? How committed are you? Are you committed? Are you committed? Have you made a commitment? Okay, we have some connection issues. It's okay. We're back. Have you made a commitment that you broke? Be careful making commitments. Be careful with that. People are depending on you. There are people out here that are on, like I said, there are people out here on life support. People are out here on life support. They need to be resuscitated. Their equilibrium is off. Their alignment. They need to be realigned. There are people that need to be realigned. They fell off course. What are we doing? Watching them? We just sitting there watching them? Like, okay, you be surprised that if you separate yourself and get in a place, go to a place of quiet, just no phones, no television, no distraction, and you just have that moment where you're able to meditate. And you're able to think. That's what we have to do. We have to think, because there are people out here depending on us. It's important. Are you the person that continues to talk and walk yourself out of a blessing? How many of you all are doing that? Are you talking and walking yourself out of a blessing? It's not what goes in that defiles you, it's what comes out that defiles you. It's not G Mone'a's word, it's God's word. We have to be very careful with that. We have to make sure that we are not talking and walking ourselves out of blessings. That could be the very blessing that could catapult you to the next level of your career, or that could be the blessing that jumpstarts your business. We have to be very careful with that. As long as you're above ground, God has lended you favor to impact the world. So as long as what does that mean? As long as you are above ground, God has given you favor to impact the world. To impact. So while you are above ground, now I'm not talking about people that's impacting daily. I'm talking about impacting to the point that God is happy, God is proud. My good and faithful servant, job well done. I'm talking about those that are above ground, that are not doing anything, that they're not doing anything. The favor, God is waiting on. God, let me tell you something. Favor ain't fair. God has given, it gives each and every one of us favor. We have favor. We have the favor. So while you are above ground, you want to make sure that you are impacting. It may be one person, two people. It's better than none. Just make sure of that. There's someone that's waiting to help you jumpstart your career. There's someone out there that is waiting to help you take your business to another level. There's someone out there that's waiting to help you get your finances in order. There is someone out there waiting to help you get your credit restored, get your credit right. You can't leave a legacy behind if you got mess. You can't leave a legacy behind if you got baggage, mess, trash. You can't leave a legacy behind. There are a lot of us that have children, and we a lot of us are children, have children. I am not only a mother, I am a grandmother. And I refuse. I work each and every day to ensure that I am leaving a legacy behind for my children, my children's children, those that are connected to me, not just bloodline. That's what I work hard every day. I am above ground. So I the favor, oh, I thank God for his favor. So I don't take that for granted. I'm not going to sit there and take that for granted. I'm going to make sure that I do everything that I can. I'm going down the lineage. All I can do is just say, hey, I am here. I'm here. Whatever I can do to help you, whatever it is that you have been just wrestling with, you're not sure about, I am here. Even if it's just to be just to listen. I'm just here to listen to what it is that you would like want to do, or you're not sure about. Talents, I'm here to listen. But I guarantee you one thing, I can't lay my head down each and every night unless I have sowed seed. I have at least put it out there. Now, whatever you do with that seed that I throw, I'm a seed thrower. So whatever you do with the seed that I've thrown your way, if you leave it on the ground, then somebody else gonna pick that seed up. And I guarantee you, they're gonna plant it, they're gonna cultivate it, and it's gonna grow powerful. They're gonna have something big and powerful to show for it. The choices you make will impact your life. Be careful, whether it be the good choices or bad choices. You have to be careful with the choices you make. Pray about it. Be very careful. Be careful who's in your space, who's in your immediate circle. Do not let the negativity and the naysayers and the people that all they want to do is gossip. No, because you are who you hang with. You are who you hang with. So if you hanging around somebody and all they do is gossip and all they got to do is say all they do is talking about us, this person, that person, eventually you're going to be just that, another gossiper. You're going to be another gossiper. If you're hanging around someone that all they do, they sow seed, they sow powerful seed. They're all about being a conduit of kindness. They're all about just wanting to help. You're going to end up being the person that is a conduit of kindness, that just wants to sow seed, wants to help. We have to be mindful of that, because I'm telling you, you do not want, when that time comes, it's not if it comes, it's when it comes. When that time comes and where we have to we have to all transition. Do you love your loved ones, your family members, your children, your children's children, those that that have looked up to you? You don't want to just leave this earth, transition, and you have nothing to show for it. I mean, nothing to show for it. Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Don't go around walking around, woe is me, I don't know what to do, Lord Jesus. Be careful what comes out of your mouth. If you complaining about my back, my neck, my neck, my leg, my back, my arm, my neck, my back, my leg, my arm, my heart, my chest, my head, you're gonna always have those symptomatic ailments. You already know that if you have something going on with you, flip the script. Go to your creator. He created you. So you already know if he created you, he will heal you. This right here, this tongue, it's powerful. So you have to be careful what comes out of your mouth, because that whatever comes out of your mouth will either take you to the next level or cause you to fall. And it may cause you to fall to a point where you are not able to get back up. So you have to be very careful what comes out of your mouth. Has to be something that's going to breathe life, something that is going to help the next person tap into their purpose. That's what we want. We have to make sure that we are leading by example. What does leadership look like? Each and every one of us have leadership skills. A lot of us just haven't tapped into it, but it's okay. I'm willing to help you find out what your purpose is. I can't tell you what your purpose is, but I can be that person that can help you along the way. Help you along the way. My legacy will be to mentor people to be better than I ever was. When I transition, I want my legacy to mentor people to be better than I ever was. I want them to take what I shared with them, what I helped them overcome it. I want them to be better than that. I want them to be better than that. Self-esteem. A lot of us have self-esteem issues. That ain't nothing but a trick of the enemy. Self-esteem, low self-esteem. Come on now. God, that's not what God wants for us. God didn't create us to have low self-esteem. When we struggle with self-esteem issues, we struggle to trust God. We have to make sure that we got to make sure that low self-esteem, that will keep us from tapping into our God-given purpose. How is your self-esteem? Is it high? I hope and pray to God it is, or is it low? If it's high, have you tapped into your God-given purpose? Is your alignment off? Your balance off? Your low self, if you feel like you have low self-esteem, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you have low self-esteem, you need push partners. I tell you, in the previous show, I mentioned that I have push partners. I have a couple push partners, 2, 3 push partners. They don't pat me on my back. They don't. They hold me accountable. They speak life into me. They don't coddle me. We hold each other accountable. If they see me and I'm starting to weave, and they like, look, come on now, get it together. Come on, get it together. You're not weak. You didn't come out your mama's womb weak. Come on, let's get that posture back. Let's get that posture back. We got to get the posture back. We got to stand. Stand. When all else fails, we have to stand. Push partners. How many of you all have push partners? Not friends. I didn't say friends. I said push partners. Someone that you can depend on. Not because a push partner is not going to carry you. They're not going to just walk around carrying you. They're not going to just listen to you gossip. No, a push partner says, we got work to do. You got me? Yeah, I got you. I got you. And I mean what I say. I'm telling you, we have, as I stated, we are in the middle of March. What have you done at the top of the year? January 1st to now. What have you done that's been impactful? What have you done impactful? It starts with you. In order for you to impact the masses, you have to first make sure that you are in alignment, you're in position, and you're on your post. You have a clear vision. You can't have a distorted, view. You can't, if your view is distorted, you might as well just, you need to go back to meditation. You got to go back to your quiet place. So you got to have a clear vision for your life so that you are able to make a difference. Our life comes with choices and decisions over the next day, week, month, and years. Each second, minute, hour, day, month, year, it's priceless. What are we doing with that time? We have to make sure that we're not wasting our time doing nothing. Some of our choices creates patterns, behaviors, and lifestyles. What does your lifestyle look like? Are you living a wholesome, healthy lifestyle? I can't answer that question for you. I know I can answer that for me. I know I can speak for myself, but we have to make sure that our choices are in alignment. Because the choices you make creates a pattern, that creates a behavior, that creates a lifestyle. So we have to make sure that we have a clear understanding. And if necessary, go back to the drawing board, go back to your place, your quiet place, so you're able to just meditate so that you know that you are on target. If you get off target, it's okay. Just recognize that you're off target and make the necessary steps in getting back on target. Your life will take you through some paths you're not prepared for. How many of you all, your life has taken you through some paths that you weren't prepared for? I know I can speak for myself. I'm talking about some turbulent, up and down, roller coaster type stuff. They just knocked me off course. I could have just said, "Oh my God, I don't know if I can make it." No, I'm not doing that. There are people that have passed on that should have still been here above ground because they just gave up. Remember, choices. It starts with choices. As I stated before, just remember this. There's someone out there that's following you. They are following your leadership. There's someone out there following your leadership. What does your leadership look like? What does your leadership look like? Continue to press toward the mark. Continue to press and push and press and push and press and push for the next challenge and opportunity. Just press and push. I'm not telling you to bite off more than you can chew, but just continue to press and push. Remember, are you on track? Are you on track? Is your leadership skills need some fine tuning? Are you leading by example? As I stated, each and every one of us have leadership. Each and every one of us, our leadership styles. Our leadership styles are different, but we're all leaders. All of us are leaders. The question I ask you is, are you are you leading by example? Are you leading by example? And please be honest with yourself. At the end of the day, your creator knows. He knows, and he's waiting. Our beautiful creator is so humble. He gave his only begotten son. I mean, his only begotten son, Jesus. I mean, he gave his life for us. And a lot of us just refuse to just do anything. A lot of us just refuse to do anything. We have the winning ticket. We have the win. I'm talking about we are the favor of God is all over us. And we just will not embrace the favor of God. We don't want to embrace it. We don't want to tap into our purpose. We probably, a lot of us ain't legacy. Oh no, Jesus. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know what legacy. We probably haven't even thought of. See, back in the day, it used to be where, the elderly people, when they get a certain age, up in age, they transition on. But now you have people from babies to toddlers, adolescent, young adult, people that are transitioning. So that's why it's very important to you gotta lead by example. Lead by example. Lead by example. Along the way, your life's journey, remember your why. Remember your why. Why? Remember the why. Why did you say, you know what? I want to buy a house one day. I want to buy my own house. And you vocalize why you wanted to buy your own house. Because I'm tired of paying someone, living somebody else's dream. But somewhere along the way, you fell off. So along the way, on your life's journey, remember your why. So if you tend to veer off, go back to your why. Man, I got to get my credit straight. Okay, but you fell off. Some of y'all that have that high credit card, paying only the minimums. You know it's going to take 30, 40 years. You keep paying the minimum. I put my oldest son and my daughter, they posted something on their Facebook page. DeVale Ellis and his wife was on Sherry Shepherd's show, and he shared a powerful testimony. It was funny. It was funny, but it's facts. It's true. You got a $5,000 balance on your credit card, and you paying only the minimum. You only paying $52 a month. You know how long it's gonna take you to pay that $5,000 off, only paying minimum? But if you have the means to pay more than that, so that way you are in a position where your credit is good, you have positive trade lines. You're in a position where the banks are chasing you up and down the highway. They're chasing you up and down the road, wanting to throw money at you. You want to take a flight, but if you got your business affairs in order, you're able to apply for an American Express with that rewards you these frequent flyer miles where you don't have to pay out of pocket to fly. I'm just giving you example. I'm giving you perspective. That's all I'm giving you. It's perspective. Because I'm telling you, and as I stated, I made the choice. When I had my children, my boys, my babies, my youngest son, my oldest son, D, was what, 3 years old. And I had my youngest son, he was like 6 months old. I could have easily said, as long as they have a roof over their head, that's all that matters, regardless if they're in an apartment or not. No, I wanted more. I wanted more, not only for myself, but I wanted more for my children, so that my children will be able. It's like a chain reaction. They're saying what my mother instilled in me. I'm gonna take it to a whole new level. And I'm going to share it with my children so they know what it looks like at a very young age. At a very young age. It's a beautiful thing when you're able to do the things you want to do. But it has to do with choices. Are you using your influence? Remember, are you using your influence to impact people? What influence are you using to impact people? Negative, positive. You know what negative versus positive is? You have to be careful with that. Because as I stated, there are people out here that are following you. They're following your leadership. So it's important, it's an obligation for you to ensure that your leadership is going to position those that are following you to tap into their purpose. Got to maintain a level of commitment to your leadership. You got to maintain a level of commitment. You say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Do it. You cannot be an effective leader without integrity. What's your integrity look like? Because if you do something that's jacked up, that's your integrity down the drain. That's your integrity. You can sit there all you want to and talk and tell everybody, you can run away from what you did, but see, your integrity, you have to be an effective leader. You cannot be an effective leader without integrity. You got to be a person of great integrity and character. This is I take down notes, because like I said, this is important. When I listen to powerful, I'm talking about people that sow. There are days when, like my pastors, people that I follow, leaders that I follow, there are days they just don't feel like, sowing, but they do it anyway. They do it anyway. So God sustains them. So it is my obligation that whatever someone gives me, I share it. I have to share it. Like I said, I can't lay down. I can't lay down at night unless I'm sharing something. I don't care if it's a quote. I don't care if it's something that my mother, Prophetess Corolla Rice, had shared with me. Whatever someone gives me, I don't just leave it. I don't hold it in. I don't harbor it. I share it. I share it. You're not going to be a cultivator rushing the process. You have to take your time. In order to cultivate, you have to go through a process. And you cannot rush the process. We have so many cultivators around us. And I thank God for my cultivators. I thank God for my visionaries. I thank God for our leaders that are not just talking the talk, they walk the walk. See, talking means nothing if you're not walking what you're talking. It don't mean nothing, absolutely nothing. if you're not walking off of what came out of your mouth. As I stated, there are people out here that are following you. They're following you. People need direction. There are a lot of people out here following you, need direction. So are you giving them the right direction? Are you taking them down the right path? So, hey, listen, guys, I'm gonna stop right there. I hope that what I shared with you, uh, you know, you were able, it resonated. You're able to take it and share it. As I stated, we're all, listen, we all, we're all, listen, on this earth above ground, and we still have work to do. I am here. Listen, I am here. I am here. I am here. If you need whatever you may need, I am here for you. I am my Facebook. I'm on Facebook. And I was hoping that, see if I can give you my contact information. It's not showing, but oh well. If you're able to see my contact info, I am on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, G Mone'a, and on Instagram, Monet Gigi. If you need some advice and, reach out to me, message me. I am here for you. Next week, I'm hoping to have Prophetess Corolla Rice to come back next week. But we have some other juicy, good stuff cooking up. So, yeah, next week we'll pick up and on where we left off, or we may have a couple of other things that we have lined up for next week's show. Okay, but on any note, listen, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and remember, take this information and sow this information to someone. Please do that. Make a difference. Be a legacy builder. That's what I want you to do, okay? Listen, this is G Mone'a. I love you guys. And listen, stay safe, and we'll talk soon. I'm out.